Hi everyone, Joe here with another Fallout 76 video. Recently on this channel there's been a lot of discussion in the comment section about character builds. Thanks for that everyone, that is really awesome. Right now on the playtest server, it looks like we're getting only 2 of the new special loadout slots. I'm hopeful that we'll get more, but we'll have to wait and see on that. While we prep for the loadout slots, I thought it might be a good time to talk about weapon builds that are grouped under the same stat, so we can maximize the benefit of the special loadout slots when they become available on the live server. This is something I wish I had known when I first started playing the game, and I have some friends who said it would help them out too. So let's jump in. Just to be clear, we're only talking about our weapon builds here, meaning damage output cards. We'll talk about power armor, non-power armor, defensive cards in another video. Then there's VATs, which will need a video all its own. So most weapon builds are based under one special stat, like strength. Most of the weapon build foundation cards come in groups of 3. The base weapon card, the expert weapon card, and the master weapon card. The first rank of each of these cards adds 10% damage. The second and third ranks add 5% damage each. That means if you only have 3 points to spend, then it's better to have all 3 cards with only 1 rank, which will increase the damage by 30%, than it is to max out the rank on a single card, which will only increase damage by 20%. All of the weapon build foundation perk cards can be found under 3 of the special stats: strength, perception, and agility. The other special stats have cards that are used to prop up these others and will allow you to tweak your build. We'll talk about them as needed. Let's start with strength. Strength has 5 weapon foundation card sets. For one-handed weapons we have Gladiator, Expert Gladiator, and Master Gladiator. For two-handed weapons, there are the Slugger, Expert Slugger, and Master Slugger cards. Unarmed builds are unusual because there's only really one base card used for damage output, which is Iron Fist. For unarmed builds, you'll want to use other cards, legendary items, and mutations to make it work. The next 2 cards work with all melee builds, but I'll include them here with unarmed. Incisor helps you smash through your target's armor. Martial Artist reduces weapon weight and increases swing speed. Why include this with an unarmed build? Because punching attacks can be enhanced with weapons like a Deathclaw Gauntlet, which counts as being unarmed. For shotguns we have Shotgunner, Expert Shotgunner, and Master Shotgunner. Other strength cards to look for shotguns are Scattershot for reduced weapon weight and reload speed, and Basher to increase bashing damage and add a chance to cripple your enemies. The Basher card works with any non-melee weapon, but I'm including it here with shotguns. Also, under Perception you can take Skeet Shooter to increase the accuracy and spread of your shot, and under Agility you can take Enforcer to increase the chance to stagger or cripple your target. For heavy weapons, we have the Heavy Gunner, Expert Heavy Gunner, and Master Heavy Gunner perk cards. Other strength cards to look at are Bare Arms to reduce weapon weight, or Lock and Load to reduce reload speed. Under Intelligence, they're Stabilized to increase accuracy and cut through your target's armor if you happen to be wearing a suit of power armor. And there's also One Gun Army under Luck to increase the chance to stagger and cripple your target. Next we'll move on to perception-based builds, which has 3 weapon foundation card sets. For single shot or semi-auto rifles, there are Rifleman, Expert Rifleman, and Master Rifleman. Other cards to look at are Long Shot to increase your sniping distance, and Sniper to make it easier to aim for those long-distance shots. For assault rifles, there's Commando, Expert Commando, and Master Commando. add Ground Pounder for faster reload speed and hipfire accuracy. Cards that will work both for single shot and commando builds are Tank Killer to smash through armor and stagger enemies, and Tormentor, under luck, which gives a chance to cripple your target. And finally, for perception, if you use bows or crossbows, there's the new Archer build, which came with Wastelanders. It has Archer, Expert Archer, and Master Archer. You might also want to take the Bow Before Me card, which is essentially Tank Killer for bows. Next, we'll move on to Agility, which has 2 weapon foundation card sets. Basically, pistol builds. For single-shot pistols, revolvers, or semi-auto pistols, there are Gunslinger, Expert Gunslinger, and Master Gunslinger. And for automatic pistols, there's Guerrilla, Expert Guerrilla, and Master Guerrilla. Other agility cards to look at are Modern Renegade, which increases your hipfire accuracy and gives you a chance to stagger your target, and Packing Light, which reduces your pistol weight. Also, under Perception, there's Crack Shot, which gives you more range and accuracy while aiming your pistol. But there's one other weapon type that we need to look at, which don't really fit under the special stat slots. These are explosive weapons, mostly grenades, but some of these cards will also work with the explosive legendary effect. Under Perception, there's Grenadier to increase the blast radius, and Fire in the Hole so you can see the grenade's throwing arc and it will increase the throwing range. And finally, under Intelligence, there's Demolition Expert, which will increase the damage of your explosives. The last card we're going to look at is Adrenaline, which is useful for any build because it affects every attack. After a kill, it adds damage to the next target for 30 seconds. I always try to have at least 1 rank of this card for any build I do. So those are the weapon foundation card sets and the special stats they rest under. Here's how we can use that information to leverage the new special loadout slots arriving in patch 26. Well, at least here's what I'm planning on doing with them. I'm going to set up the first slot with 15 points in Perception, so that I can continue using a commando build. Over time, I'll add the Rifleman and Archers cards so I can try out those builds. For the second slot, I'll load it up with 15 points in Strength, so I can recreate my Unarmed build. Then, over time, I'll load up on cards for other Strength-based builds. If we get a third slot, I will focus on Agility for pistol builds, and so on. So, in summary, with the new special loadout slots arriving in patch 26, we're going to be able to try out a lot more build options without having to level up nearly as much to do it. And that's great. And that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments section how you're planning to use your loadout slots. Are you going to try one of the lesser known builds like archery or pistols? Let me know what videos you'd like to see in the future. And, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with another Fallout 76 video.